Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're driving through Negril, which is one of the top tourist destinations in the world. Negril is in Westmoreland, Jamaica, and it's on the western coast of Jamaica. And Negril has one of the nicest beaches in the world. It's like a 7-mile beach, and a lot of hotels, as you can see. The entire town of Negril is like a tourist resort. It's built for tourists, it's operated for tourists, it's run for tourists, and you have hundreds of hotels down here. So this is Negril. On the left, on the right, you're going to see nothing but hotels, restaurants, everything that caters to the tourists. And this is just one side of Negril. This is Norman Manley Boulevard, but there is a second side that they call the West End that has even more hotels. Now, those hotels don't really have this kind of beach. They're more built on like cliffs that overlook the water. A few of them might have beachfront, but like Rick's Cafe is on the West End, and that's one of the most. I think it's number 7, but it's in the list of the top 10 bars in the world. And they have cliff jumping because they don't have a beach as such. They have more cliffs you can jump off of. But we're going to tour this side of Negril, and then we're going to tour the west side in another video. Now the hotels on this side, a few might be all-inclusive, but the majority of them aren't. And you have a lot of villas down here too. As you drive out of Negril back to the Hanover side, you have the larger hotels, like thousands of rooms. One hotel might have 3,000, another one 5,000, and that's because there's more space for those larger hotels. So the hotels you see on this side now are more or less the older ones, or the first ones, and they were built much smaller. And then when Negril took off as a major tourist destination around the world, the hotels started to get bigger and bigger, and then the hotel chains came along like Sandals, Hilton, Rio, Jewel, Royalton, Hedonism, names that everybody recognizes the world over. And Negril is two things Negril doesn't have that is kind of surprising for the amount of people that visit. One, they don't have a cruise port for cruise ships to come and dock. And two, they don't have an airport. They have an aerodrome, but the international flights can't land there. Now, both those facilities are in Montego Bay, which is about an hour away. And the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay is actually the busiest airport in Jamaica, because persons come in there to go to hotels. A lot of tourists come in through that airport, and that's why it's so busy. And the majority of those tourists come here to Negril. It's like a 40-minute drive, and it's on a highway, the Northern Coastal Highway, so you don't have any traffic or bad roads or anything like that. But those are the two things I'm kind of surprised Negril hasn't put in yet, or the government hasn't put in for Negril yet. And also Negril doesn't have a lot of tourist attractions, not like Ocho Rios where you have Dunn's River Falls, those kind of things, but it's still a very popular tourist destination. Now there are 3 main spots in Jamaica where tourists visit. I'm not sure which one has more tourists, but you have Negril, which we're driving through now, and then you have Montego Bay, which has a lot of hotels, and then you have Ocho Rios, which has even more hotels, along with a lot of tourist attractions. Like the number 1 attraction is Dunn's River Falls, which is in Ocho Rios. Then you have Dolphin Cove, Then you have that zip line place, the rainforest something or the other. Those are the top attractions. Okay, now this is more the local part. You're not going to find any hotels on this strip, but this is where you're going to find a lot of stores, supermarkets, basically for the local population. And one thing Negril is famous for is these motorbikes. They're actually taxis. So you need to go up to your house, the residential areas, you would take a taxi, jump on the back of one of those motorbikes, and they'll take you up. And Negril, I think, is the only place in Jamaica where they have motorbike taxis. Alright, this is the police station for Negril on the right. A very large station because they have to maintain law and order for Negril. Basically, you can't afford anything to happen because Negril is an international destination, so you have to make sure tourists aren't harassed, aren't hurt, because you know how social media is. One wrong move and can seriously damage tourism. So there's a very large police station in Negril. Alright, so this is more the local part where the residents who live in Negril would come to shop and do their thing. Alright, so we're going to turn back around now and head back to the west end. Okay, this is a Texaco gas station on the right. We're just going to turn through here. But Negril is a very nice community. It's actually, it's not the capital of Westmoreland. Savlamar is, but Negril is far more popular, far more known, and in terms of tourism, it's one of the top 3 destinations in Jamaica. Probably the most, I don't know which one. If anybody knows which area, Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, or Negril, if you could rank them in terms of which one has more tourist visitors. But I would think Negril is either number 1 or number 2. In terms of overnight visitors, but Ocho Rios is definitely number 1 because the cruise ships come into Ocho Rios, and Ocho Rios has all the attractions. So all those cruise ship passengers will be heading to Duns River Falls, Dolphin Cove, and the ones that come in, there's another cruise ship here in Falmouth. Those that come in there will also be heading to the attractions because the cruise ships just come in for a few hours. But in terms of persons coming to stay overnight, Negril is probably number 1. Alright, so this is basically the local section where we have a lot of supermarkets, pharmacies. You're not going to find a lot of tourists down here. You'll find them more on the Norman Manley Boulevard or along the strip. And actually, if you walk along the beach in Negril, you're going to come across shops that sell food, supermarket, just like you're driving on this road and you come across all these different shops that sell different things. When you walk on the beach, you come across the exact same thing. Restaurants you can walk on the beach and go to, and okay, those are the taxi motorbikes we spoke about earlier. Very popular in Negril, hundreds of them. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Have a good day.